Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. And here I am cleaning in a condo today. I actually just cleaned that chair over there, which is microfiber. It was very black. It's come up really very nice. When it dries up, it'll look perfect again. Pretty much, I've done it before. I've actually been here quite a number of times. In fact, talking to my customer over 10 years, probably maybe 12 years or so, I've been coming here and cleaning this carpet. And she's actually, she has mobility issues, and she uses a mobility walker, you know, the ones with the wheels on it. You can see the trails here. And so she's really hard on the carpet. I've been here, I was here 14 months ago. So with the walker and the mobility issues she has, is very hard on the carpet, the carpet's at least 15 years old, I think. But anyway, and I thought, you know, this is a great opportunity to address something, and I've talked about it many times, and yet there's still some that are persistent in repeating this myth regarding the rotary machine, which is that rotary machines tip loom. If that were the case, then obviously you would see tip looming on a carpet like this that has been literally cleaned every year for the last probably 12, 13 or so years with a rotary. And yet it's not. Does it have wear? Definitely, because it is that old. And right in front of the chair here, you can see the pile is mushed down where she's rubbing her feet and everything, and you can see that. But, you know, or everywhere else where, you know, there's virtually no walking, there's no evidence of tip looming, which is where you would see it if it was being caused by the machine or the cleaning, and it's not. There's serious deterioration going on here, partly because we've got a lot of light coming in here, and the carpet is really faded out here, and of course that is affecting the actual integrity of the fiber as well, because the light will actually break down the fiber, although it's doing pretty well for the age that it is, which is around 15 years or so. So you've got wear paths, but you don't have any evidence of actual tip looming other than in the actual wear, where the rubbing and the wheels of the what do you call those things? Stroller? No, I don't think you call it that, do you? But anyway, so I just thought, you know, this is a really good opportunity to sort of talk about this a little bit and once again dispel that. Well, what are we going to call that? Fake news. Yeah, not the case. It just doesn't. You know, at least, I mean, you can, and I'll tell you how you do it. If you want a tip loom, what you do is you take a machine like this, and you take one of those thick, loopy cotton bonnets. You remember the ones. Some guys still use them. I don't like the original cotton ones anyway. And you put it into a bucket, put your solution in there, and you saturate it, and then you squeeze out the excess, and you put it on the carpet, and then you start cleaning, and you keep going and going and going and going and going. And of course, within a relatively short period of time, that the cotton will start to dry out, and before long that cotton is actually drier than it should be. And because cotton is actually pretty grippy on the carpet, it starts to bind on the carpet a little bit, and because it's too dry, and unless you know, are really attentive to what you're doing, and of course a lot of times it's just some very inexperienced, relatively new janitor kind of a guy doing it in some facility somewhere, doesn't really understand exactly what they're doing, and I remember seeing this many years ago, where it was obvious that the person who had been using their bonnet method, and this is the original way it was done back then, that they were running dry a lot of the time, and you could see almost like a burning effect on the carpet, and it was, I remember seeing that quite a number of times, used to address that way back when we were running the host system. We're talking like 40 years ago. So yeah, that's how you can do it. But of course, if you're understanding what you're doing and you're choosing other pads or whatever, and to clean the carpet with, or and you're going to be applying you're applying your pre-spraying, and you're gauging how much to put on, or in this case, like I'm doing right now, I'm applying the cleaning solution as I'm cleaning with the from the tank, and so I can tell as I'm looking at the carpet, and I can see that at the carpet, you can see it's going slightly milky. You can see that. There you go. You see, that tells me I'm getting plenty of solution on there, but I'm not going to over wet it. You want to be obviously thoughtful about what you're doing. You don't want to just pull the valve and dump a whole bunch of water on the carpet, because remember, you can't clean without water, but water is your enemy. And if you over wet the carpet, no matter how you do it, you'll end up washing a lot of the dirt into the backing, and you can't properly clean that. And and obviously I'm not saying to run so dry that you leave the carpet dry. I mean, obviously only an idiot would think that that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, think about what you're doing. Use your head and learn to be skillful at the use of your equipment, whatever it is you're using. Apply enough, but don't over apply. Don't run it too dry, don't run it too wet. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to be skillful at what we're doing. And that's the important thing to remember. So we'll continue on over here. This doorway is always pretty bad, actually, where she's coming off of the kitchen floor there. You see how white it went there because I applied a little bit more, making sure I've got enough there to do what I want, but don't want to over wet it. She actually parks the thing right here. You can see where the wheels are sitting here. I think she's in her 90s, this lady. 80s at least, anyway. There's a little wobble thing going on here. That's a little bit better. But yeah, it's well, you got these where the wheels put the sort of the trails at, and of course over the years of sort of grinding away at the yarn, you get a deterioration of the fiber and a dulling of the fiber. So you'll never make it look perfect, because light doesn't reflect off of the damaged and the crushed and the dulled fibers like it does off of areas where that doesn't happen. So you get a different light reflection, even if it's perfectly clean. Now, I don't think I need to go in here. much. At least not with this pad. We'll go over the whole thing, of course, with the extraction pad. This actually is a really big conduit. I was actually here just 2 weeks ago. I did another video just a couple of weeks ago, I guess. I think it was exactly the same layout, actually. And again, we won't be going on the areas where it doesn't really need it. Unfortunately, my wrist is feeling a lot better than it was earlier. But I've taken 2 T3s. Take the edge off of that pain there, but I don't recommend doing a belly flop onto concrete. That's not a good idea. Could have been a lot worse. I'm very thankful that it wasn't. Yeah, so we're going to head back the other way. Now I actually put some, I did put a ounce or so of Revive Rocket into this mix, just to try to help the carpet in these really worn areas, just to hopefully it'll brighten it up a little bit more. So it's going very gray in this area because besides the wear that's happening, and this is the front door just up to my right, but the light that's coming directly down onto the carpet here will deteriorate it much more so than if there wasn't this light coming down and then hitting it, because there's a skylight right above me, top floor, which is nice to have the skylight. Until they leak. Look at the skylight in our house. It's actually in the main bathroom, which is nice. But I replaced it a few years ago when we moved in. Oh, I guess it's. Gee, I guess that makes it almost 10 years old. I don't think I did it the first year. Covered all the areas now. We're just going to kind of work back a little bit. And I am, of course, using a Hawks here fiber pad. I don't don't remember if I mentioned that already. Scrubbing in all the high traffic areas, giving it that additional agitation. You can see I'm applying a little bit more right here. Again, I can control as I'm cleaning the exact amount I want for any given area. I react to what's happening on the carpet as I'm doing it. And that's one of the reasons I like to shower feed. Okay, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna do a switch. And I guess we'll do that as a separate video. All right, so I'll let you go. Thanks for watching and have a good day.